Like much of Scotland, the southern region is full of lovely villages, amazing scenery, and great stories to be told. Today I want to talk about two places that, though not originally intended to, have come to be associated by many with romance. The first site is located in the village of New Abbey. It was once a magnificent Cistercian abbey, which gave the village its name. The abbey was founded in 1273 by the Lady Dervigilla of Galloway, in memory of her husband John, who had passed away in 1268. She was a very important, powerful, and rich lady who gave generously towards the building of many structures, such as colleges, bridges, and churches. Her son, also named John, would actually become King of Scotland for a time, but he was largely written out of history by his successor Robert the Bruce. In fact, one of the many historical errors of the otherwise very entertaining movie Braveheart was that it said that there was no king at the time that William Wallace, the hero, rose up, when in fact all that William Wallace did was in the name of King John, but that is perhaps the subject for another video. But back to our tale. The south of Scotland is full of lovely ruins of abbeys and churches that stir the emotions. So why is this abbey singled out for romance? The answer partly lies in the name given the abbey by Dervigilla when she had her husband buried there. She named it Dulce Cor, which is Latin for sweet heart, and so it became known as Sweetheart Abbey. Perhaps I should have said that she had most of her husband buried there, for until her death in 1289 she carried with her the embalmed heart of her husband in a specially made casket, and ultimately when she was laid to rest there, she was holding the chest to her heart, and was buried alongside her husband. The second site now associated with romance for some is the small village of Gretna Green, where amazingly, in such a wee village, it is estimated that an average of over 3,000 couples every year come to get married. To understand how this came about, we need a little bit of history and a geography lesson as well. Don't worry, it will be short. The first key fact is that Gretna Green lies close to the border with England. This became important when in 1754 a law was passed that anyone under the age of 21 who wanted to marry in England or Wales must have the consent of their parents or guardians. Previously, many English couples would simply find a willing priest and secretly get married. In Scotland, though, it remained the law that all you needed were two witnesses, and you could get married if you were over the age of 15. English couples began to run off to Gretna Green to get married by anyone willing to do the ceremony. For all of you Jane Austen fans, the silly sister Lydia from Pride and Prejudice, when she ran off with George Wickham, left a note saying that they were running off to Gretna Green to elope. Many of the locals set up businesses as an unofficial marriage priest. One of the most famous was a blacksmith named Joseph Paisley, who was said to be so strong he would straighten out a horseshoe with his bare hands. He quickly realized that there was a lot of money to be made performing weddings, and so for many years he and a succession of blacksmiths became so well known for doing them that the anvil became synonymous with Gretna Green weddings, and remains so to this day. Most of the weddings in the area are still performed over an anvil, in what has become an extremely touristy area. So there you have two stories from two sites in the south of Scotland, one of steadfast love and devotion, and one of runaway marriages. Scotland is full of truly romantic sites, many I feel more romantic than these. I would recommend exploring them for yourselves. Until the next time, every blessing to you.